Hi, I'm Debbie Hemphill, and I am providing a project update. My project has really evolved from when I started. I went back and looked at the video that I made for my Honors Fellows for Social Change application, and at that time I was really focusing on the inequality that in terms of access to treatment that people had. And I had the idea that if people had better access to assessment interviews, it would make people, it would provide better access to treatment. And that has really evolved into a website that is an advocacy website. And the primary purpose of this website is to raise awareness about stigma and to raise awareness about stigma as it relates to words we use about substance use disorder. When I started my research, I had always been under the impression that the medicalization of substance use disorder was one of the best things that ever happened. And while I still am very happy about the legitimacy that it provided in the world on a number of different levels, it also created a whole set of problems that is created by medicalization of behavior and deviance. So I've come to understand deviance in a much deeper way, the social construction of reality and our psychology, and how that kind of converges in the life of someone with substance use disorder. There's a couple of different levels that I want to raise awareness about this stigma. I want to raise awareness so that it's not a barrier to treatment, so people don't feel like that they should try to be able to stop on their own, or it's just about willpower. And I would like to raise the awareness of the effects of using stigmatizing language in recovery meetings and not referring to ourselves in self-deprecating humor ways of drunk and, getting bail money and those kinds of terms. I've been in a lot of AA meetings where there were newcomers, and I've always thought that it wasn't a positive thing when we were referring to ourselves in such a stigmatizing way. So I want to raise awareness about that. And then I also want to raise awareness about stigma for people in recovery. People who have to live their daily lives in, a primarily alcohol-consuming world, and how difficult that is. And, some of the words that people choose to say. And, I had someone who said something to me like, this was somebody in recovery that said, my recovery is strong enough for me to be able to go to a bar. And, just things like that, just a really deeper understanding of, what works for me may not work for someone else. And if I choose to characterize that in a negative way, that has an impact on someone else. And I want to raise awareness about that. My website is just about done. I've been adding things this past week. I've been adding some things that I had written in my writing portfolio, and I plan to take that writing portfolio and turn it into a blog. Then I plan to finish up my Honors 500 class this weekend. The only two things that I still have to do are my 2 videos that are part of the requirements, and then I am completely done with my undergraduate requirements. So as of tomorrow, I plan to have completed all the requirements for an undergraduate bachelor's degree in strategic communications and a minor in social change. I have learned a lot from all the research. I've learned a lot from the mentors that I've worked with, and my project has been informed by all of this. There's the Dr. Olsberg that really enlightened me about deviance, and that was a major light bulb coming on. And Dr. Lane Goldman, that's just been by my side the whole time. And then, of course, not to mention Dr. Bob Johnson and Christina and everybody. I don't want to leave anybody out, but everybody from the statistics class. It's all informed my project. I plan to keep this project alive. I plan to use my website. I'm going to use it in professional ways. I'm thinking about doing presentations in my community, using that as a foundation. So it's a living, breathing project that I've created that I plan on having it live into the future. I want to thank my cohort members. You all have meant so very much to me, and I thank you, thank you, thank you for the people that you are and your perspectives and the creativity and the intellect that I've been able to share with. Thank you so much.